everyone. Welcome back to Pretty Likkle Jacket, part 2. Dos. Yeah.
He can barely say it. Oh my God, Richard.
I took us out talking about, the violence, the machete.
The violence.
Oh my God, we did not
just
know the violence,
We just said a machete.
But we're going to pull it back. We're going to pull it back and talk about, dishes and discontent.
Yes.
It's the dishes and discontent for me.
So they had arrived here to America. They were tearful upon their arrival. And then once they finally exited
The room.
There was a mess to be cleaned up. So it was
By the Cinderellas.
Yes.
It was
At
like,
this point, we
welcome to
become
America
Cinderella.
via the color purple.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
What?
It is. It was.
So tell us, what was that experience like when you finally came out, but you couldn't, I'm gonna let you guys
we couldn't do the breakfast until we cleaned the dishes because it was
There was
so
no
many.
spoon
There was no
to use. There was no fork to eat with. There was no pot to cook in. So we have no
No.
choice but to wash them. Let me tell my story.
Yeah, you tell your part because you see a different
everything
end.
was dirty. So in order to have something to eat, you have to wash first.
Wow.
Most of the spoons and forks were under the chair in the living area. though.
No,
sorry,
under
what?
the bed.
Under the living area.
They were underneath the bed.
No, they were
Some
under
of
the
the
living
plates,
area.
the fork.
Why?
She put those after she got mad with us. She packed all of those up and put them in her room under her bed.
I'm sorry, what? She packed up the dishes?
Yeah, she took the pots, the pans, the plates after she got mad with us because I guess we weren't seeing eye to eye after all. And she decided she's gonna punish us. So she took the pots, the pans, the plates, and everything and packed them in a box and put them under her bed in her room.
So
Now,
how
so
are you
wait.
guys supposed to eat or cook?
So
or-
my
Yeah, well, she
dad
didn't care about
my
that.
dad felt sorry for us, and one of the men that lives next door, there were like quite a few Jamaican men that live next door that saw what we were going through, or whatever they liked us as because and they decided to drive us into Clewiston, the town. And we went and bought, I remember my sister Phyllis bought a big plastic bowl that used to be the bowl for everything. and 2 pots. So you cook one for the meat and one for the provision.
So hold on. Your dad was sorry for you guys, but he couldn't say nothing
He
to
could
his
not
wife?
say anything to his wife. He was afraid of her.
I don't know if he did. Maybe he did behind closed door. I don't know.
But then obviously she didn't
privately.
bring the pots and
She
the
didn't
plates
bring them back out. No,
She-
she only come out with them when she's using them for herself.
What?
And then,
No.
and then that's funny. She used them and she leave them dirty in the sink. We still got to clean them before we could use the
as Kathleen
sink.
said, the slaves are here.
I would have
Wow.
feigned like I cleaned them and put them back in the box and under the bed.
No, we didn't.
No.
We weren't allowed to put them in the box. We washed them and she moved them back
She had
in.
to inspect them.
Listen,
It's not
if it
inspect,
left
but I
to
guess
me,
she
I
used
would
them,
have
picked them
washed
back up
them,
and put them
used
back.
them, and left them
We
dirty
know
again.
you would, Kathleen. But I know
That's what I
Phyllis,
would
and
do.
Phyllis was
No,
not.
she
Phyllis
would
was
not. She
not
would
going
not.
for that. No.
God bless her
No.
soul. I wish I have some of that. Yeah.
Kathleen, you were bitter though. You were more bitter than
I have all
everybody
reason
else.
to be bitter.
And I
understand why Kathleen
I do
was.
understand. But
I grew up with, I believe that, Richard, I got the most beating growing up.
you know why?
I got
Your
ass
mouth.
whooping.
Your mouth. Your
Richard,
mouth.
I think some of it was my mom taking
She-
out her
yeah.
frustration of everything on us.
Speak
And
for
where it-
yourself.
where-
I didn't get.
Well, you
Oh, I
didn't get
mean.
any
mean.
beating. You were the
I
younger
mean.
one.
Not only that, I was humble. I was more like
said
the one
Kathleen's
that.
not humble?
No, she's
No,
not
I wasn't.
humble. No.
I'm not I'm not gonna lie
You
on
were,
that
yes,
one.
girl. You were willing to do whatever. You didn't
Yeah.
want to be a rebellious
Somebody
person.
we can't be all yes. We have a
Somebody-
yes and we have a no. Some of us have to be the no. We all
You
can't
were
be
too
the
much
yes.
more of the no, though, Kathleen.
That's okay. I'm the no. I will take ownership
not
of
to try
it.
to,
I am
not to
the
try
no.
to cut from whatever. There was a time we were in Jamaica. We were growing up, and there was a dance down the street, and we weren't allowed to go to dance. Okay, so Miss Kathleen decided she going.
Give me one reason why we couldn't go out. It's right there in the neighborhood.
Because she said no.
She didn't want
'Cause your
us to
mom
go out.
said,
There was
"I
4
said
girls
so."
she was trying to raise, and
She
you
didn't want
understand
us
she
to
wants
go
to get
there
and
and
get
get
pregnant. So
because we
I
weren't
understand.
Going to a
Styling.
dance is
No, there was
gonna
boys
get
in
you
the
pregnant?
neighborhood. There was boys in the community that wanted. They liked us, and we
No.
like boys.
My mom.
Kathleen
Well,
like
yes.
boys.
No,
It's a part of
Richard,
growing up.
let me
Boys.
tell you the real reason. We weren't filing. And my mom believed that we're going to go out there and get pregnant. So she trying to save us from ourselves.
But did she? Was she wrong, Kathleen?
because Kathleen did
Because
get
you
pregnant.
did get pregnant.
Well, maybe if she had allowed me to go out there freely, I wouldn't have been pregnant in the first place. Right?
Your logic is so
give
flawed.
me some. No, give me some
Not
freedom.
really.
My logic is kind of flawed, Richard.
Not
Come on.
really, not really. See,
Richard,
listen.
if I have to hide and do it, not that I'm going to do it in front of her, but if I have to go out there and hide and do it, what do you think is going to happen?
Your mom told you go get water from the
me
same
down
gully,
and
from
talk
the
to me
same
and
gully
say,
that
you
we
know.
went, the same
Okay.
gully, and you came back with a baby.
But here's
Well,
the
I didn't-
thing, but
not
She
at
didn't
the
come
time.
back with a baby. Maybe one belly, but
Belly.
I didn't come back with a belly. I come
Here's the thing, though. Here's the
with
thing.
extra water.
Extra water, Lord have mercy. Human psychology, if you tell certain people not to, they're going
they're
to.
going to. Yeah.
Okay. And 2, if there is other extenuating circumstances that your parents don't understand, we're all individuals. Certain triggers trigger us to do certain things. Even with your dad,
Yeah.
He probably felt caught between the two lives. If I rock the boat here, they won't have an opportunity to come here. Even when you got here.
I was about to say, they got here.
Even when you got here, this woman sounds to me as though she was controlling,
Very.
a little
But that should have been his exit plan.
true enough.
He
but-
did not have an exit
but
plan?
what
No,
would-
remember
what would
he-
be the,
He
what
fell
would-
in love?
Yes.
Yeah. He was already in love.
Yeah,
he was
that-
deep in. He was
yeah,
way deep in,
yeah,
like
yeah.
too deep.
But don't believe, his belief was that we are going to come here and we're going to fall in love too
With her.
with her. No, you can't tell me who to love.
Well, we know that.
We ain't gonna tell you who to love.
No, not Kathleen.
Period.
We eventually became good.
We who?
We all did, Kathleen, because Richard, not to take away, because we still got to talk about the cutlass story. But
The
we
machete.
we did came good because even on her dying bed,
I
We
went
were-
to visit her.
we went to
because
visit
it was
her.
the
You
right
did?
thing
Yeah,
to
we
do.
all
It
did.
was
She
the
called
right
for
thing
us.
to
She
do.
did call for us
She
to
called
come
for
and
us
see
to
her.
Did
come
she
and see her.
apologize?
no, she didn't apologize.
They're not gonna apologize. Okay, she wouldn't apologize if in her heart she didn't think she done
Did
something wrong.
Because we used to go
She
up
probably
and visit.
thought she did the right thing by
I never
by
did go up there just to
filing for you
visit her. I
guys.
went there to visit my dad, and she was there. I never left
the
Fort
hospital?
Lauderdale. At the hospital, yes, but when we used to go back to Clewiston to visit, it
Oh,
wasn't
was true,
because of her.
my dad, of course.
It was because of my dad.
Yeah,
What
of
good
course.
reason would I want to?
Go to see her just to see her. I understand. But at the same time, we used to go and used to put on a face like, hi.
I'm not. Hello.
Yes, no, you weren't, because your kids used to go and get gifts, and she used to always have
She
gifts
did love
for the
the
children.
grandkids.
She loved
I'm
the
not going to
grandkids.
say
She
no.
loved
I
them.
am not going to say. But just because somebody warm you with gifts, that don't wipe away years of whatever. I mean, I let it all go now. Kathy, you know I let it all go now. But
Okay, so back to the kitchen, because Kathleen will never let anything go. I'm just saying.
She has. Kathleen
Thank
has
you.
done a lot better. Harriet.
She has come a long way now, because
She really has.
I can tell you that much, and it's true.
I know.
Kathy-
I've known Kathleen for a long time, and I know there's always resentment there. But I think after Graham passed, even before he passed, you were able to talk to him and stuff about certain things.
did.
Well, she did.
honestly,
Not to that, not to how I would. I personally.
Well,
that
you're
sat down
different
and
from
talked, so.
Kathleen. You're the opposite of Kathleen, Harry. I'm sorry. Kathleen is just a different person.
And she wasn't inquisitive like somebody who took a ferry ride.
No, I'm asking questions. Kathleen just has a resentment, and that's it. She doesn't care.
I wouldn't say she does care. It's just
okay.
that.
So I'm gonna have the resentment, but I'm gonna let you know that it's there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's
don't
time
get
when
free pass.
no, oh no. And there's time when I'm okay, But there's time when I'm not okay.
Yep.
But when I'm okay, and you will see it. And if I'm not okay, you will definitely see it.
Well, I've seen you're okay now, but
I mean, I'm reading the Bible more now. And
yeah.
I'm
Thank
praying
God for
more
the
now,
Bible
so
with
I'm
Kathleen.
changing.
It's the Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Lord. Thank God for Jesus. So anyway, we got to the dishes part. We went to buy our own dishes and pots and cook. And then when the guys came from Jamaica to do the sugar for the cutting that year or that time around that time, we knew some of them from our area. So we're in the same, so they will walk over, it's just a distance across the street. So they'll walk over and we'll cook. And my sister would cook. And because we only have limited plates, forks, we let them eat first, wash them, and then we can eat after.
Meanwhile, she has them under her bed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it went on.
There's
and
some
on.
wickedness in that somewhere.
Yeah. And then, you know, I was working, our first job was at McDonald's.
But Richard, before we even got to the first job, we left Jamaica with one suitcase.
Oh, yeah. I was skipping that part.
One
out.
suitcase, Richard. Because we were told that
There was clothes on
don't bring a
layaway.
lot of clothes because we have clothes and stuff on layaway for all of you, so you don't need it. Just bring one
So
suitcase.
all 5 of you came with one
4 girls
suitcase?
and 1 boy, yeah.
One
4 girls
suitcase.
and 1 boy, yeah.
One suitcase.
One
apiece,
suitcase.
or
No,
One
one suitcase for all
suitcase.
5.
All 5 children, yes.
Wow.
Were the shoes in there?
No, I think I came with one.
We
shoes
came
on
with
your
one,
feet?
One shoe
yeah,
and
one
another
shoe
one,
and then
like,
another one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 pairs each.
That's wild.
That is so
And
crazy.
then the craziest thing, Richard, you go ahead and tell about the 3-tier dress frock.
There was this one special white dress, sleeveless.
I've heard about
3-tier.
this dress
We
so
call
many
it in Jamaica. We call
times.
it 3-sister dress
3 sisters.
and 3-sister frock.
The only thing is, it's only missing 1 tier for the other one, but it would have been 4.
4-sister tier, but
4
this
of
one
us.
3, okay?
Okay.
So it was like one of those, what do you call it? The stretchy material. Is that
Spandex.
spandex? Like, so when you wash it,
It would shrink.
it fits anybody. So even the skinniest of the skinniest would
So
fit.
Aria
I
was the maga
I had
one.
a
Aria was
maga-est
skinny
one.
back
Not
in
skinny,
the
but
day.
maga.
Aria was that
bones
skinny.
maga, right?
Aria was God help my body. Maga.
No, seriously. And that dress would be like one of the only dress that would just fit on me, make it look like I am wearing a dress. Because it fits. And then as my other sisters would wear it, it expands to their
So
body
you all
size.
4 had to wear this dress?
As soon as the dress wash and the sun, because we used to hang our clothes out on the line. We don't have dryer up there because the sun. It's wash machine and you're hanging in the line. As the sun go down on that dress and you take a shower, somebody else is in that dress.
Oh my gosh.
It went on for a while.
Y'all had a dress that could morph.
Into everybody's body.
Listen, the 2 bedrooms that we were in, my brother had to share a room with the other 2 boys, and he had a little panel,
To separate.
twin
They
bed.
had a twin, one of them had a
right?
twin
And they had
beds.
a double bed and a twin bed, right? So no, it was a single bed and a twin bed, but he occupied the twin. But every night he's supposed to go to bed. That bed is occupied with the boys' friends
Or
in
the-
there.
or their girlfriends,
Or their girlfriend
or-
all over his little bed.
So he had to
So he had to
sleep in
sleep
you
in
guys'
our
bedroom.
room.
And the
Where
carpet.
on our Phyllis would move over sometime and let him sleep next to her. So one morning, my dad woke up early, and they used to wake up like 3 because now we're working at McDonald's, but we try to get the early shift because we didn't drive, and we had Clewiston was a little way out from where the camp was. So my brother would drop us to McDonald's early in the morning for the opening for 6. So we'll be up by 3 in the morning. And my dad saw him coming out of a room one morning and says, "What are you doing? Why?" And he go, "That's where I slept last night." And he go, "What happened to your bed?" And he go, "Well, the Jamaican way, child, the boys, them and them were on the bed in there and whatever. And I wanted to sleep because he works with my dad. Now he got a job in the field doing the working on the water truck. So he has to get up." And my dad was upset. So he spoke to the other 2 boys. And they'd maybe fix it for a couple of nights. It went right back to the same thing. So my brother always have to share our room at night just to get enough
So
sleep.
all 5 of you were in
5 of us in
room.
1 bedroom, 2 beds.
Wow.
That's a lot.
And you wonder why there's resentment?
Yeah.
Well, I know why there's resentment. I get it.
Heck, I got some resentment. I wasn't even there.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you.
So we move on from there. So then, you think we want to get to the cutlasses or not yet?
Oh my God,
So the
this
house now,
cutlass.
what happened is the bathroom is 2 bath, 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, 2 bath.
2 bath.
So the bathroom used to
Share for
just
everybody else.
all the kids in the house,
Yeah.
and then the top one was be for my dad and his wife.
his wife.
So my stepmom's daughter or my stepsister, she would shower in there, and she was a heavy set girl, like really heavy set. So I don't know what is it about Americans, I'm gonna say, but back then I don't know if it was something that was either cheaper to buy white underwear or it was easier to wear it because it's full cotton, and it was easier for them because of the weight that they were. It was easier and cooler for them to wear, so maybe it was.
I don't think it was the color. I think
It was the
it's
coolness.
the
It was
coolness
just
of the
better for
cotton.
them to wear. It's cotton.
not-
I have
Right.
seen cotton in every color.
I'm scared to
Yeah,
even
I know.
ask the
Like
question.
I don't even want to. Yeah.
So she would shower and leave everything on the floor in
my
the bathroom, just like she stepped
you
out
guys
of it.
have
And
eight,
that's
she
just
has 8 other people to use that
use
bathroom.
that bathroom.
My goodness.
She would leave it exactly on
Of
the
course
floor.
her
She'd
brothers
step
were
out
okay
and
with
she
it.
would step out and go in her
Because
room.
that's what they're accustomed to.
That's what they're
Yeah.
accustomed to.
I mean, growing up in the Caribbean, there's certain things that you just learn. Your kitchen and bathroom is always spotless, clean.
Yeah.
That's just the way we
Yeah.
grew up.
Not this way.
Yeah,
It wasn't like that. So we now ready to go take a shower. We have to move that out of the way. So we used to shove it into the corner of the bathroom next to the toilet and just shove them there because you want to shower. And then you have to clean the bathroom each time you go, like like how many times a week, because especially when it gets cold, and back then, when up there is cold, you see
Yeah, it's
frost on
cold
the ground.
Because
Frost
the
on the ground.
houses
It's
were
also-
not
There's no
built
insulation.
to accommodate who
It was only
living in it.
seasonal. It's supposed to be seasonal.
Seasonal.
So by
So-
the time when it gets cold, the farm workers would have been gone
Yeah,
already.
but even with the farm workers there, they weren't thinking about you, because during the cold time it's really cold.
It's
and
really,
during
really
the hot
cold.
time it's hot.
Hot, yeah.
So there was no insulation built in those houses for
They had to use those little heater that you plug in when you go by
Mm-hmm.
across the street and you look at the farm worker guys. Each one of them have one next to their bed because that's how cold it used to be up there.
Yeah.
back
and when
then.
it's the summertime they all have a fan
yes,
right there.
because it's really hot.
There's
So-
no AC, no.
And when she washed the clothes, she leaves them in the wash machine. She don't put them on the line. So now my dad comes home and he knows we need to use the machine. He would be the one to hang those underwear on the line.
Kathleen is like,
And they were small.
I was gonna say something.
And you know, because Richard, you might not know, but this is a thing in the Caribbean. Like there's certain roles that men just don't do in the Caribbean. You're considered.
They
what's
won't
the
even
word?
buy the underwear.
Yeah, what's the word we would consider those kind of men? Like the men who would wash a
mama
woman.
man.
Yeah,
Mama
wash,
man.
would wash a woman's underwear.
We call
or
it
would
Jamaican say, you're a mama man.
You're not a real man.
You're not
pretty
real.
much.
You're a woman. You have some
Yeah.
woman, too much woman in
It's
you.
very
Yeah.
in the Richard, I
The
can't
macho
stand him.
type.
Look at him.
You're not macho enough. You're too womanish.
Yes.
Sounds like a little sorry
Sissy.
superhero.
You're a
though.
sissy.
Mama man.
Mama man. You have to say it like this,
You know,
Richard.
you don't tell
Mama
Richard
man. You have
because
to
he's
say it
gonna
like that.
run
Yeah.
with whatever you say. I can't stand it.
But anyway, so even the guys, when they go out shopping for their wives, most of them will not buy the underwear. They would ask us or women
Yeah,
to
it's
buy
just
because they
something
don't
men
want
don't
to touch
do.
it. They don't want to. I don't know what
They
about
would
touching. They
never
don't want to
get
buy
rid of it.
It's a
underwear.
very
Take it out.
patriarchal
Yeah.
society in the Caribbean, and there's a lot of egos involved with men.
Yes,
Yes.
but when it's time for them to move it, they
move it out of the way. They sure do. They sure do. They sure do.
It's funny though because when they come to America, like your dad, he came to America, he met this woman, and all of that completely turned around for him.
Oh, girl,
Yeah.
you would have never stand for that with my
No,
mother. No,
absolutely not. Isn't that weird how it just like switched
Yeah.
for him?
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not weird.
You think it's opportunistic on his part?
No, I don't think it's opportunistic. I think that, like I said, that's another. Love makes you do some crazy things.
I don't know.
That too, Janine. I
Makes you
mean,
do some crazy things. You'll accept.
you just
things.
go with the flow.
You will
I
accept
think
things
it
that
is-
you don't normally accept
Yeah.
because you care that deeply for a person. You understand? You know what love really is? Love is choosing that person every day in spite of. That's what love is.
Love them in spite
You
of.
think that he
Yeah.
loved her that much that he was willing to put up with?
Absolutely.
You don't think opportunistic?
No.
I think
I think
that
part
has a
of
lot
it,
to
yes,
do with
Kathy,
it
I
because he
think-
had his 7 kids
No,
in Jamaica
I think
that he
she
had to
was
take care of.
opportunistic.
Yeah, but he could have stopped doing it.
No, I think-
once we are here.
You would think that it's that easy. I don't think it was that easy for him.
She was the
I don't think.
opportunistic one.
Yes,
He was the one who truly loved her.
I think so, Richard. You hit it right there. That is true.
I think he was opportunistic in a
No,
way because
no.
he had to take care of these
Think
kids,
about it this
and
way.
he needed
No.
he needed her to do something for him.
Think about it
to
this way.
take care of his
okay,
kids.
so here's a guy that comes over here. The plan was to make sure his children had an opportunity to come here. Had an opportunity to come here.
Yeah.
She took full advantage and leveraged his love for his children. So it's love all the way around. She leveraged his love for his children and then manipulated him throughout the relationship.
the whole time.
That's what he truly loved. In a lot of relationships, you'll find that, and not all, but a lot, you'll find that there's someone that really loves that individual, and then that individual is a person like,
I don't think he went into it with an intention to love her the way he did. I think
yes,
that's
he
I
not
think
how
he
love
did.
works.
No, I listen. 2 things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think he was opportunistic in the
No.
beginning.
No.
Because
No.
there is no
No.
way you can tell
No.
me that he wasn't opportunistic when he had 7 kids that he was thinking all along that he was taking care of. And he needed her to help him take care of
I
these
heard
kids.
a comedian speak on this morning on my way down. I ain't gonna say what he said, but I'm gonna share it with all of y'all. And it's funny, but in every joke there is truth.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And he's no, I ain't gonna say it because it's kind of out there, but when you really look at it, it's absolutely true. You fall for someone, and it's like they can do no wrong. Even in abusive relationships, why won't a person leave an abusive relationship?
They're getting something else out of it.
No, it could
to
be
some
fear,
degree.
too.
In
Some
the
is
beginning.
fear.
Afraid. Yeah.
Some is fear.
Some of it is fear, but initially, what is it? I can love them past it.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
I
he
can
had an
make them
exit plan. I don't think he expected
There was
believe-
no exit.
I
plan.
believe what happened here. Remember, illiteracy part
Yes,
of it.
he
okay?
couldn't read. So
Here it is.
She
He
took
found
advantage of him.
somebody. He found somebody who can help him do everything that he wants, or he want to accomplish to
He
some
believed
point.
he
He
found
believed that
someone.
he found somebody. So this person's taking care of everything supposedly and his family back home. Because remember, he said he brought her the check. She takes care of the finances, and from his belief that there was funding going home each pay period, there was money going. Come to find out there was none, on only on certain occasion that the money would come. So he thinking, you're saying that there was exit and he should go, but when you look at it,
If the plan, I say
If the
no,
plan,
but if
the
it
plan-
was
original
not
plan
up
was
here,
to exit, he would
was
have
for us to
exited.
come.
Okay.
But I think his original plan was for us to come and we all live as one big happy family.
So then what about his wife in Jamaica?
Girl,
Your
the
mom.
wife in Jamaica wasn't a part of that plan. I don't think she was.
Richard, I believe that once we got here, he had an opportunity then to take us, separate himself from her, because
he
we
didn't.
Because
could,
he could have come and lived with us and we would all take care of it.
but he already
She
he
was
was
taking
so
care of him
deep.
anyway.
Okay, Kathleen, but he was so deep already now in love that he don't see. You get what I think? Trust
I
me.
am not seeing that
Well,
at
Kathy,
all.
you're
I
might
am
not see,
seeing
but
it
it's
as he feels not. He was opportunistic and he felt that he was using her to help you guys, and now he owes her something, like he was indebted to her or something.
He did
That's
think
where
he's
I
old,
see
but at
that.
the same time, I think though, Kathy, that there was love. He loved her. Trust
So
me,
what
he
part
did.
of it did he ever thought about my mother who gave birth to
Yes.
7 of us as an obligation to stick
At that
with her.
point, he fell out of love for her already.
You
People
think
fall
he
out
fell
of love.
out
yeah.
of love with her? Or do
I
you
mean,
think that, are
he
you-
see it as to say, you know what? She's gonna be okay. Now that the kids are here, she will be okay.
Because the kids are gonna take care of
Because the kids are
her.
gonna take care of her.
I mean,
Wow.
And we did because trust me, when we came,
Well, yeah,
it
but
was,
then
it was,
what
but
was
at the
his
same time-
obligation to her at the time?
Well-
because I'm sure the both of them sat down and said, "Listen, we have these 7 kids. You're gonna go on to America on this farm work to help out the kids and myself." I'm sure she didn't leave herself out of the equation.
Remember, he was going back and forth for a
at
while
the
before
time,
he
but I
stopped
think
coming.
when he decided, okay, I'm going to stay, I'm sure the conversation was about, oh, you know, I'm decided I'm going to stay. I'm going to get somebody to help me out. And this is for the reason to get the kids
And she was all
there.
for that.
Of
She
course.
did. She did. She was
I
in
will.
for
I will
it.
say this: that when we want to do what we want to do, we'll find a reason to justify it. I will say that, but I'll say this as well: love does obligate us, doesn't it?
What was
Doesn't
his
it obligate
obligation
us?
to her, to his original wife?
In his justification of that love, I'm sure to himself, he made it appear to be a necessary decision and choice. I didn't say it was right, but I said, you know, if a joker goes out here and wants to whatever, they will justify it by whatever means they feel
Yeah.
justifies the action. I'm not saying it's right. You know, people do crazy things all the time, but then look at the reason for why, the reason they give for doing it. Even the reason they give, you're like, are you serious? Is that really what you want to say right now?
Yeah.
But in their mind, it makes sense.
I'm not saying he didn't love her, but I feel like there was a symbiotic relationship. Like he was opportunistic and she was opportunistic.
I will
in
agree
all
that
of that,
in the beginning it was opportunistic, but then man fell down a rabbit hole.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it was a catch 20. And then it became a catch 22. You know, I leave this woman. You don't know what was the pillow talk. You don't know
Yeah.
what the pillow talk
Yeah.
was. You leave me and they are,
Suffering now.
you know, I'm going to do this, that, and the third. You said that he couldn't read.
Yes.
So
He was
how do you know what she was telling him? If you don't do this or if you do this, that, and the third, then I'm gonna
I
send
could
them
get them
back
back.
to Jamaica.
Yeah, I could send them back. They could go back. You never know. That's what I'm saying. That he stayed in because
And
he
that's
didn't know
when
any
he should
better.
have really come talk to us.
Kathleen,
Talk to me.
Kathleen,
Kathleen,
Yes.
I
you can't say that. You cannot say that he should come talk to you. You think your dad or our mama would have come and sit down and
No.
just come right
With
out
kids?
and talk to
No.
you?
Nah.
Seriously?
Here's a question: is this where the machete came in?
Close. It's getting there now. So.
You're not gonna let up on that machete story, are you?
So here what now? So the boiling point. So
Send
with
me
all
to
that happening, you have dirty kitchen on top of dirty all the time,
Dirty
and you have the
bathroom.
bathroom, and then you have the clothes them sitting in the machine. They don't put them out, and you know one thing or another. And Miss Kathleen and her
Kathleen
mouth,
had just had enough.
she had enough, but her mouth alone, Kathleen don't hold back. Okay, so she got in an argument with my stepsister.
The heavyset one. Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
My stepmom was at work. She's an RN. She was an RN.
I knew
then.
back then that I could not go on fist to fist.
And Kathleen and her started out, and they started arguing. I don't ask me what it was about. I don't remember, but they
Kathleen,
started
do you
out.
remember what the argument was about?
It was about everything. I was just talking about them being nasty.
Yeah, she
and
was calling them nasty and all that, and she started
cleaning
arguing back.
And then
I
the
get-
cousin was there, and the cousin was like, "Oh, if it wasn't for the mother, we
We wouldn't have
be
been
here."
here.
and all
And
That was the
stuff.
You know, it
trigger.
started
Yeah.
getting bitter, and Kathleen
You know?
was like, "Okay, enough." So my dad had cutlass.
A machete.
A machete sitting there. Because sugar
Call it
cane,
a
sugar
belly
cuts. So every
woman
house
cutlass.
around there has one of those or two of those or
right.
whatever because, you know, they cut sugar cane.
Those were a gun back then.
They were the guns back then. So Kathleen
Thank
dropped.
God it wasn't a gun.
Yeah, and those machete was like the one with the belly. They call it belly. The belly
They look like a sickle. You know what a sickle looks
that
like,
round
Richard?
Head, like
It's
has a bigger head and it's
rounded.
like round and come up with that.
It's not
Right.
straight. It's
not
like
straight.
rounded.
Snap.
So you just do that and pull.
Yeah. So she
Richard, I had it.
she pull the cutlass like she take it from there.
Pull. I grab it.
Come on now.
It was leaning up and all. I just grab. Pardon me, all Jamaican now. I grab it to see Richard, and I say I will chop up on a blood clot up in here. Oh no, I will not play with. You hear me? I will chop up a whole lot of blood clot in here. You hear me, Richard? And everybody scattered and locked in their
Everybody
room.
locked in their room. The daughter locked in a call her mother, them telling a big phone.
Everybody scatter.
And lucky they didn't call the police on you.
Well, thank God
But-
they didn't have nothing but a landline.
No, but they could have still,
Yeah,
called the
that's
no.
fine.
They could have still called the police because she called her
There was
mom.
no cell phone back then.
Kathleen, there was cell phone. There was those big ones, those big cell phones.
They wanted to have
What,
to
in
dial.
the case?
Yeah,
And the big cell phone in the case.
No, the
Yeah,
one that with
those
the
ones.
buttons that you
With
have
the
to.
with that,
antenna?
yes. So she ended up calling her mom and told her mom what was happening, and Kathleen pulled a cutlass on her and all that. So the mom get up from work now, and they called Graham from the field.
Oh my goodness.
And
Graham
everybody
probably-
was there, and Graham was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Because now he's afraid that she's gonna go to jail, which thank God she didn't. So the wife,
Kathleen wouldn't have cared.
my stepmom
At the time,
says that she
eventually,
can't
that caught
stay
up to
there and Kathleen can't stay there or whatever. That kind of drove a rift between my dad and her. And
Not a big enough rift
Not
that
a
he
big
would
enough
Because
rift,
she
but
said
divorce
it's
her.
either,
no,
she said either I
she
go
go
or
ride or
she's
go.
leaving.
So anyway,
It was time for her to go anyway. She should have been gone. If I knew that was what was, and she did left. She took even the fans out the
took
house,
all the fans
everything.
down in the house.
She
Let me
stripped
tell
the
you.
house.
She
didn't think that
The only thing we had
Listen.
left was what we had in our room at the time.
yeah.
Everything was
The table,
taken.
everything was
But
gone.
listen, if
She
I
took out
knew
everything.
that
And it's
all
funny.
it would take is that belly woman cutlass to grab, I would have done it the day after.
As soon as you got out of the van.
Listen. The fact is that what she did was she took even the fans in the house, the ceiling fans
cool us
down.
down. Remember,
And it's
there's
funny,
no
she went next
insulation
door.
now,
She
you know.
went next door to her dad's house to
So
stay.
she moved out and left you guys in
she
the house.
didn't need the stuff that she took down
She
out of
wasn't
the
gonna
house. She
catch
just
it. She
been
wasn't gonna
bitter
go with us.
and mean, so she took everything now, right? So her kids, everybody leave, and now my brother has his own little room over there.
Thank God.
My dad stayed in the top room because my dad stayed with us.
I
He
went
wasn't
right
going.
in after they moved out and cleaned that room. I don't think
And-
my dad have ever seen that room that
And
clean since the first day they moved in.
Phyllis and Kathleen and Christine stayed in the back room where we were always staying. And I got the middle room that the stepsister was
Yeah.
in because I got pregnant with Shanisha. And I needed a room separately from me and my daughter. So I got that room, but I had to wash
So you
that
come
room.
America, come look, man.
No, man, I look no money. You
Man
don't want to know how
find
that the part go.
That's a different
Here,
thing.
how it happen.
Hold on. Translation.
Listen. I'm
What?
glad you point that out. While
She
working
came
at
to America
McDonald's,
to
while working at
find a
McDonald's.
man.
No,
She
I
came
did
to
not.
America to
No,
find a
I
man.
didn't.
It was
No.
okay. So you hear we talk about we outside of Clewiston,
Right.
So getting to work, sometimes we have to actually walk.
We walked from Clewiston, which was
further than where we
like
used to walk for school.
A
back
little bit
home
more
in
than a
Jamaica.
half a mile or maybe a whole mile from Clewiston to get back to where we're going, if not
What's
more.
wrong with Harria and distance?
Was it like 2 miles?
Kathleen, this sense,
This was about 2 miles, Richard. I'm gonna give it 2 miles in the sun. Yes, it was. And we walked in
your
the back.
perception is very warped when it
Well,
comes to
Kathleen.
because Kathleen, you don't like to walk. Kathleen will look
No,
for the
it was
closest parking
no, it
spot
was
Right.
about 2
available.
miles.
right.
So we'll
She's
get
right.
out of work and then have no way to get back to the camp. We either had to wait to see if somebody comes to Kmart. That time it was Kmart, and driving back in, and we'll beg a ride. Every day we beg a ride for come from our work. Every day I will walk. Okay, there was no bus.
So you beg the man a ride and you get pregnant?
No, I was
Man
working in the
Harford.
drive-through. And I saw this guy came in the
Jamaican.
drive-through, Jamaican, tall, brown guy. Yeah, good looking. And him that drive a
He was
Corvette.
good looking.
I might drive a Corvette.
Hey. In
But-
Clewiston.
In Clewiston. In that time, they used to work for the mill, the sugar mill. But me know there was more to it. But anyway. So anyway.
I'm about to say
He
a
said
Corvette.
he
Yeah,
liked
no.
me and I liked him too because, I was like, okay. So he said, oh, what time you
And
get
you be
off?
cute back then,
Me
Harry.
the maga, but me the cute. So him said, what time you get off? I'm going to say, 2 o'clock. And he said, want a ride? He said, first he said, where you stay?
But
And
you
I
don't
said,
know the man and you don't take a ride.
well, and every day I come through, they drive through me, and I must know him by then.
She-
I
You
thought
never
I knew.
know
I
him.
thought I knew him. But anyway, I said, go,
how many hamburgers did the brother buy?
Well, he buy
'Cause he
lunch
coming
every
through
day.
every day.
Every day he buy lunch. But anyway, I wanted the ride. Be honest, I wanted the ride. I trusted him. Of course, he wasn't gonna kill me. I would think.
He didn't rape you.
We're not going there. Well, it could have been that, but that's another story.
Wait,
'Cause
hold on. I feel like we went off on a tangent
Yes,
because let's go back to this.
Because Kathleen is trying to get it to somewhere. But anyway, that's how I met him, and he brought me home. And then that's how sometimes I'll get home because he would come and take me home after work.
He do
So-
more than take you home.
Well, we're not getting into that topic because that was a different offline. Because if Shanisha hears this, she'll be like, oh, that's what happened. And she would be probably extra mad, but we're not getting there. So let's say I didn't deliberately go, whatever.
Keep
It
your
was.
secret till
Okay,
death
some
do
things
us
has to go
part.
to the grave. But anyway.
Yeah.
But it happened, and I got pregnant, and I got my daughter, and then that's how I ended up getting the extra room.
Okay.
And then I had to wash that room out, Richard. Let me tell you,
Wash.
black water, like if the muck from out in the cane field come inside that room, that looks like that's where it was living. I put the hose on the back window, turn it on, and wash the entire room. Water run out through the back door.
Literally?
Literally, I'm not lying to you. That's how bad the room was.
Wow.
Wow.
Stuff was growing on the walls.
Oh my God, no.
Wow.
So
But
you guys
pri-
got the house to yourself.
We got
Yes,
the house
at that
to ourselves.
time,
But
yes.
I think before that, Graham had called somebody in Fort
And for
Lauderdale.
to save her.
After the machete and
After the
stuff.
machete, he had a friend down here and he called and he says, can you help me out? One of my daughter got into some mess here.
So he said you
And-
with Kathleen?
Yeah, he had to send her to Fort Lauderdale because he was afraid that it was going to happen again and she was going to end up in jail. But Kathleen was willing to kill somebody at that point, okay?
Where's the machete today?
I hope it's buried with him, but I don't think so. But anyway, I came here to Fort Lauderdale for maybe a couple of months.
A couple of months, and that's how you end up in the art institute.
Right, that's how I
That's how
found
I
the
met-
arts
yeah, that's how I met
institute and all that. But I
Kathleen.
I went back.
She was
But
going
at
back
that
and
point,
forth.
they
back
weren't
and
living
forth.
there. It was
Yeah.
just us that was living at the house.
Yeah.
So,
So Graham stayed with you
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
but he still stayed married
Yes,
to,
Stayed
to
back.
her.
Some- he used
Sometime
to
he
go
would
back
be
and
able to go
forth
there
over
and
there.
sleep,
Yeah.
like at night, and then he would come
back over, yeah.
yeah, and stuff like that. But
So he was torn.
Yep.
He didn't know what to do though. He did what he did the best thing. He took her out of there. He actually sent her away.
Yeah.
And
it was either there or jail.
yeah.
For her or you?
For her. And it's funny.
Oh my
I'm kind of glad,
goodness.
but not glad. I'm kind of glad that she actually did that and went to Fort Lauderdale because that's how we end up in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know about Fort Lauderdale. We heard about it. We didn't even know about Fort Lauderdale. So by her going back and forth, she decided, oh, let's move to Fort Lauderdale. So what happened is I have my daughter and I filed my taxes. So I had a little extra money now over them. So we decided to get an apartment here in Fort Lauderdale
Yeah.
in Somerset, a 2-bedroom apartment. Now,
I remember
by
that
then,
apartment.
My other sister had, by then Kathleen had Amanda, which my dad sent her to school and she ended up with the Antiguan man. A she look man.
The
I know
Antiguan
everybody
man
look
look
she
me.
look the man. And she ended up with the Antiguan man and then,
He was
she
fine.
still went to school. My older sister
was that,
Phyllis took
Kathleen?
care
He
of,
I said he was fine.
So that's how it is.
He
And then we
still
moved
is
down.
fine.
Yes,
we
he
moved
still
down to
is
Fort
fine.
Lauderdale. By then there was 3 kids now. There was Kevin, Kevin and Christina and Mom Shanisha and
All this
Amanda.
time, Graham is not moving from Clewiston.
No. No, he stayed.
This
with
was
her.
a decision he
No,
made to stay.
This was
And by
after.
then, I think he retired. Or
Yeah.
right after that, he retired early. He retired at 62. You know,
so that's the
'cause,
house
yeah.
you knew, the
Yeah,
trailer.
the
house.
trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, by then they
House.
moved them from the camp. They told them they had to leave because they were going to demolish all of those and make it all sugarcane. So by then they moved into
trailer.
Harlem in Clewiston, and they bought a trailer, double wide trailer, and he moved with her there again. So he
So
never
as I
really-
said, he made a decision
yeah,
to
he
be with
stayed
this woman
until her death. Yeah, all the way to. Her
But
death.
Richard, don't look at me like that because
What do you mean?
again, I do not think it's not like all love. I just don't see that.
So what do you? Okay.
I think it's opportunity, and he got
even
stuck.
up until the point where he retired. It's
He is
opportunity.
yeah.
Yes,
Richard, you
and
know
he
what?
felt
You know what,
obligated.
Richard?
Let
He
me tell
felt
you something.
obligated.
Yes,
My
that's
dad,
true, but there was love.
I believe
Kathy.
my
There was
dad
love.
was with this woman before he became permanent here. For
What do you
So
mean?
going back and forth.
He knew her before he
So
decided
say, you
to.
know how they come on the contract and
Yeah.
they would work, and then when they time up, they go back. So that's what happened. While he was visiting here, she
met her,
was
I
here
think.
for him. So they were dating, and then they made the decision to stop going back home, and I will help you to stay here
Yep.
with me.
I agree with that, and I'm gonna tell you why I agree with that because, I'm not gonna say who it was, but during the NBA Finals, my company had contracted to close protection for one of the players, and I watched these women as they, would
Pray.
approach these guys and prey on these guys, and they're sitting there. These guys are talking, and they are literally fawning over these guys. I'm like, she pregnant right now.
Just by looking, the
there
way
ain't
she
been no
looks, yeah.
contact, and she's pregnant right now. So that jives because here is someone that was also looking for someone that they could manipulate, someone they could use,
yeah.
someone they could control.
And that's what's all the above.
And in any relationship, there's a potential for that.
But he used
But
her too.
If
Let's
I'm not
be
mistaken,
okay. Let's
Maria,
be
wasn't-
fair.
I think
True.
you know what? Wasn't she married?
I don't think she was ever
what?
married. No, she was never
She
married.
was never married.
She was always small. The last name was always that is what she had. She never got married. She had her dad's name.
He was.
She
I'm
never got
sorry.
married. No.
So that's how I think she got pregnant for my dad while my dad was on the contract going back and forth. No, this is just my
she got
story.
pregnant.
Kathleen.
Well, she said
I'm just.
she said
I'm just
earlier
seeing it.
that
That there might be.
couple
I
of the
believe
kids.
Might be.
God.
The
two last one is
Yeah.
his.
So
And
now-
you know,
boy
we're
looked
talking like
just
this, but
like-
there's so many stories that are similar to this here in America where men come, they have all the intentions to marry someone, go back home, get their family, and come back and live happily ever after. But then they get caught up.
that's why you shouldn't play them games.
Because I know of a lot of men in my area also that did the same thing and divorced and went back for their wife and family.
But that was the
there was
arrangement.
quite a few that did
That
the same.
is the arrangement.
that's
But they
kinda-
had a little bit more up here than he did. And they were thinking differently.
Listen, my dad came
I'm
on the
just saying.
farm work program, found this woman, fall in love with this woman.
And then she was a nurse.
Started
so he fell in love with the
sleeping
fact
with
that she
this
was
woman,
a nurse
got
too.
her pregnant, and
Kathleen has her
then
theories.
went back, and then here comes another child, and she said, okay, we have to make a decision now. It's either me or the other woman.
But Kathleen, you realize none of those kids has their actual father's name except one.
There's a reason.
All of
Yeah,
them have
There
her
is
last
a
name.
reason.
The two older one is not my dad, but the other two, they belongs to my dad.
I'm gonna say that. Listen, we should be cognitive aware of the impact our decisions make on our children.
Because here we have Kathleen,
Because
resentful.
these
Very.
these things are impactful, and you know what? I've heard some parents say to their kids, "You can't blame me for this. You can't blame me for that." But then I watch the kids commit the same mistakes.
Mistakes.
And then now, what I'm wondering is, how are you going to fare when your kids now point the finger at you?
Yeah.
If you see these things that are in error in those that come before you, aren't you responsible for doing better?
You would think.
You know that these things impacted you. So why would you do the same?
Did Graham ever eventually speak to you? I know, Harriet, you have you had a good relationship with
Yeah.
him. Did he ever explain any of it to you?
Not to that extent.
You never asked any questions
He never
either?
actually went back. My dad mostly kept talking about my mom.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
About how their relationship was, how
He
the
stepped
love, and he
out
stepped
and
out,
he-
and he kept saying that he know
Another
that she was
child
hurt, and all that kind of stuff. He kept going over and over and over,
So he
repeating the
blames
same
your
thing.
mom, or he
No,
blames
no, no,
himself?
no. He blames himself
Self. He
because
had
he was
regret.
saying he did what he had to do. But he said, I know, me hurt your mother, the mother did hurt, but I never saw it did plan or whatever. But he
That's what I
never
know.
go into
He
detail
didn't
to
have
say
that plan.
whatever. So
That's why I say he has some accountability in that as well.
Sure. I mean, we are all
But his
responsible.
plan originally, as he said, and my mom said, was to come do his thing, whatever, like every other man in the area
Yeah.
did, and come back for
No.
the family.
No,
Kathleen.
no.
Kathleen said, absolutely not.
This woman was way far into the picture before that plan even come into play. Because, Richard, the woman already have kids. 2.
Wow.
So the other 3,
Exactly.
Could be.
Those kids are between our age now. I'm older than them, but yet Harriet
But
is
it was
younger.
only like 4, I think you said 5 kids, but it was 4 kids she has.
No, okay,
2
but
boys, 2 girls.
okay, but I'm older, but yet they're younger than me. They're older
So he was
than
playing the
Harriet
field
and-
literally
Yes,
up here.
Yes.
Between the time he was
Yes.
going back and forth to your mom.
Yes.
What are we talking about? The cane field? Or we talking? What you talking about?
Richard playing the field.
cane
You know what I
field.
mean?
Well,
Cane field.
I think he got caught up, and
He got caught up in it, and he just didn't know how to get out of it because
He didn't have an exit plan.
but I will say this.
he probably
though,
in
now.
his mind he thought he did, but he didn't because he didn't know how to execute it. And that's where all of it comes down to. He said, I'm comfortable. My kids are here. That's what I wanted out of it. But at the end of the day, I still love this woman. And he used to kept saying,
Richard,
she's
it's
a
one
nurse,
thing
you
I
know, she's a
remember
nurse, she's a
about
nurse.
my
Like,
dad.
He likes that
in
that
this
she,
last couple of years, he always would say, always telling us like he loved everything. Oh, I love you guys. I love you.
He
I
always
love you. I
from day
love
one,
you.
not only in the last though. Every time I remember he used to come home, he never stopped saying I love you. He always tell us
Always.
I love
It's
you
like he's
guys,
trying to
love
say
you.
I love you for back in
Do you
the
think he
days
was
when you weren't there to
overcompensating
say
for that?
I love you.
No, I think he genuinely, Kathleen.
Well, yeah,
love
but I
us
No,
think
so
I'm
much.
just saying he said so much.
That
We
was
never
him
used to hearing it though,
overcompensating.
because you see, we don't used to hearing it from her mom. My mother never looked and said, "I love you guys." She said it maybe after the fact, like
To
years
who?
later.
To herself.
No, she said it. She said it. She said, "Me love you, me love you no bad."
With what? Whipping?
No, Kathleen,
as
you
with-
got whipping, and we all know how you got that
Kathleen,
whipping.
there's a
Because
reason
of your
you got the
mouth,
whippings.
Kathleen. Your mouth always gets you in trouble, even up to today.
That's why we're friends, Kathleen. That's exactly why we're friends.
We know you
'cause
know that.
We know Kathy got mouth too. Her mouth gets her in trouble too.
Oh,
You know,
well.
she be talking trash. No, she can't fight.
Oh, it is what it is.
Richard, to tell you the truth, I would hear my dad said, I love you. I
You didn't feel that way about him?
I don't know if I love him. I know he's my dad,
Hold on, Harriet.
but deep down, the love, to say it back like, you truly love,
You didn't feel it?
no.
Why? Hold on, Harriet. Why?
Because he wasn't there. And the time went for me to feel that love for him, I feel resentment. So I didn't have any place in my heart to love him. I know he's my dad. I know he done everything for us.
Did that change in his later years when he moved to?
To come and live with us?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of tolerate him a lot, but I mean,
Listen,
I
this
know
is your
I
truth,
personally
Kathleen. I'm
could
okay.
not have him to come and live with me to say
didn't
I
literally come live with us,
love him
Well,
like
yeah, I
that.
know.
But
the love wasn't there like
No.
it should have been for a dad.
Well, I get both sides. She sought to communicate and find you what you did was you looked to find a conduit to express that love. But
Yeah.
with you, look, you can only push people so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's anybody. If you keep pushing and keep pushing, there's going to come a point in time where people just shut off. And when they do, you can't just flip the switch and think that all is well now. There has to be a major, coming to Jesus moment in order for that to happen.
Even after everything you know, Kathleen, it's still the same feeling, or it's just
Let's say I know what it's like to love your parents because yes, Harria, I did love my mother. I do, but not the same type of feelings like for my dad. It's completely different. You know, I tried to.
it just wasn't there. It wasn't.
You wouldn't find me just walk up and just hug him out of nowhere because it's love that I'm feeling for my dad. I wouldn't walk out and just hold his hands or sit down and hold his hand and stuff
Talk to
like
him
that.
or-
But I would sit and talk to him.
Why did you cry when he died? What were you feeling?
Maybe that I should have said more. And maybe I should have loved him more. I don't know.
She's allowed to feel however she feels.
I needed to ask that because
coming
that's
around.
what I wanted to
I
ask
was
her.
coming around towards the end. It was like growing on me a little bit. But
Kathleen's like, "Growing up
Could
a
it
little
be
bit."
that you realized that time was up?
And that's why she cried.
And that's why she cried. Listen,
honestly,
Not
I
for-
don't even know why I cried.
Because you didn't feel anything?
I did. He's my
Okay.
dad. I know he's not going to be there for me. So it would be like, I know, okay, and your mom. I did cry when your mom passed. But it's because I cared about her. But it's not because, I
You
feel
don't
like
feel
I'm
the same way as Kathy does, right?
Exactly.
You cry because
so
you
I
care.
know maybe I didn't feel the same way like you do. I cry more for my sister
Oh, that's a
and my
different story
mom
now. That's,
Yeah.
than my dad.
yeah.
You didn't have that relationship with
I
him.
did not.
And you held resentment, and that's okay.
Lord.
Well, my relationship
I'm
with
okay
him,
now. I
my
talk
relationship
about it
with him was,
openly.
as
I'm
I
okay
said,
now.
would be a little different from Kathleen anyway, because I was much closer to him in a
But
lot
Harry,
of
you were
ways.
the youngest one.
Not only the youngest, was even towards the
I
end
think
and
he was
everything.
very close with Dervin too.
Dervin had a really close relationship
Phyllis.
with him and Phyllis. And I think I did so much for him, and I was always there. I was always the one he calls all the time to get this done, to do this, to come and do this. And I
So
was
you
more closer,
you
so I had
built
that.
a relationship
Yes,
with him.
yes.
Kathleen did not.
No.
But Kathleen, you didn't make space for that either because you
No,
I
had
did not.
resentment.
I didn't.
So whatever was that resentment did not allow that space.
Maybe you guys should have had this podcast way back then. It would have put put
I
room
think
in my life to grow that relationship.
I think if we box it as just resentment, it's wrong. It's not just resentment.
What is it?
It's pain.
That.
It's
There's
trauma.
anger.
It's
Resentment is
trauma.
pain and
Hurt.
anger and trauma.
But I never really
It's all-
like
it's all
cried. I never cry
encompassing.
about it. I didn't. I may be tearing up now more than I back then.
Why? Because you feel like you think that you lost time with him.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
But it's going to the hospital was not for him to not come back home. We knew that.
Yeah.
It was because he was just having some minor whatever
pain. You
stomach
just didn't
pain.
expect it to end this
So I
quickly.
didn't expect that he's gonna go there and not come
But
back.
even if he came back out, you would have still be going the same jolly road you're going.
But I would have had more time.
See? So
If he
it's-
was still here, maybe after this podcast, I would have gone straight to his house and sit down and talk to him.
That's
Yeah.
why you have to love while you're living. Give
Every
love.
single day, 'cause
Every
tomorrow's
single
not
day
promised.
you have to love and give up that part. Like you see you and your daughter, your older daughter, and even me, myself, and I.
I love you, Harria. What are you talking
No,
about?
when I mean like that, what
You
I was
guys
gonna say
together,
is the
man.
love we share and stuff. I want you to do the same with your daughter, because today is not promised, or tomorrow is
Tomorrow.
not promised. Actually, not even today. The minute
We walk
you
out of
never know
here.
what could
Yeah.
happen in the next minute
Yeah.
or 2nd. You have to love every second of
But
the
you
day that
also
you
have to make space for whatever you're feeling in the moment.
Yes.
Because I want Kathleen to feel whatever she's feeling and be okay with that. But then after that, you got to do something about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think holding on to whatever it is, that resentment, trauma, whatever it is good.
No.
It's never good.
And what she's doing now, she's getting closer with God. I'm gonna put it out there.
Thank you,
she's
God,
visiting,
for my
visiting
friend.
her church more.
Me lay hands on you,
She's getting into the word. She's a part of a life group at church. So maybe along
Yeah.
the road, maybe who knows, another podcast, she could say, listen, I'm baptized, I'm now a whole new person. So we don't know. Or she could
But
say, you know what,
anyway.
I'm married now, I'm living a happy married life. So you never know.
Marriage doesn't make people happy, but then that's a whole
Well,
other
that's
episode.
something she wants to, Kathy. So maybe that would happen.
So growing up, I used to
Yeah.
remember going by the other camp to our friend house, Vivian. And I used to watch Vivian's father and their mother together. And all the siblings in the house, they were under the same umbrella, the same parent. And
Did you want that?
Yes.
It was a little jealousy there, because you
Yes,
wish
a
that
lot.
was
I am
you.
sorry,
Yeah.
Vivian girl, but I was jealous.
And that's okay. That's fine. Oh my God, this has been a lot. I feel like we've gone way over time, and we need to kind of like land the plane a little bit. So
Land the plane? How you gonna land the plane?
I don't know. How do we land
She
the
got a
plane?
touch
pilot
it down.
license.
Anyway,
Yeah, she has a license.
maybe we need to get the machete.
Oh my God. You're not Michelle. He's not gonna let that go. You guys know that, right? So let's end with unburdening yourself. Whatever it is that you want people to know, or it doesn't matter what it is about you, about your family, about your experience coming to America, just unburden yourself.
Okay, so I want to say this, that the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Are we
And
speaking about America?
Yeah. Because when I say that, nothing against, I mean, there's opportunities here. I'm grateful
course.
that I came here. I don't know what my life would have been if I was still in Jamaica. I can't say. Maybe would I end up with 3, 4, 5, 6 picking. Who knows? And I want
What?
and
Pickney, pick kids.
kids.
Come on, Richard, you should know this word by now.
But at the end of the day, is I just want people to know that you can come out of something. You've been through things, but there's always a light to the end of the tunnel. If you let yourself or open yourself to that light. You know what I mean? Is you don't have to be always down there, because we could have gone the other way. We could have come here, stayed in Clewiston,
Gotten stuck. Lived
didn't move out of there, and nothing
Well, we know
else
that
or
wasn't
whatever,
for you,
but-
Kathleen. We
I
knew you.
cried too much. I woke up that morning in tears. There was no way I was going to stay there.
But at the end of the day, is live, love, and let God do the work
Yeah.
in you. Let God move in you. You know what I mean? Is nothing better than if I must speak for my sister on this end, is if you're still feeling bitter, I hope at the end of the day, and it's for everyone, you find a common ground and I speak to someone, get it out. As Kathleen said, she wished the podcast was around then. Maybe she would have gotten over
Therapy.
that.
It's helped
She need
me.
therapy, but if you need it, speak to someone.
But
as,
Kathy, I was talking
whatever.
to you. Why weren't you listening?
You weren't giving her the detail. You weren't telling her how hurt
There's
you
a
were.
lot that
She
I heard
didn't
today
know.
that I didn't know, and we've talked, like we've known each other forever. I've heard many of these stories before, but some of it I just never knew.
Yeah.
I know you had some resentment. I didn't know how deep.
And don't stop loving.
Yeah.
Loving
You know,
yourself first. Love yourself first.
I'm thankful
yeah.
for my family.
Yeah.
Because despite everything, we really have a close relationship among all of us.
Well, I'm going to say this. Even at the Art Institute, I recognized that you were no nonsense.
No, I'm a
I was like, yo, you remember Roderick?
Of course, I remember Roderick.
I told Roderick, I like, bro, don't play with that one, boy. You're going to get your feelings hurt. But I would say this to each of you. I am grateful that you all are in my life. You've enriched my life. The laughter, the love, life itself. I couldn't imagine without the three of y'all. Y'all crazy. You know what I mean? But it's a good crazy. It's a good crazy.
A good crazy.
It's a good crazy. And I would wish this for anyone.
Yeah.
Because even despite our struggles, despite the trauma that we've experienced, we found a way to continue in a friendship that's lasted over 30 years.
Yeah.
Who can say that?
I know.
You know what I mean? And so, hey, listen, big ups.
But not big ups.
thank-
What was that, Richard?
Thank the Lord.
Amen.
Kathleen, is there anything you want to say before we end that you think that you should have said that you didn't say? No.
Maybe just tell my dad that I love him. I don't think I've ever done that. But
I wish you had the chance.
Yeah.
Which you had
Wish
the chance.
But I somewhere deep down, maybe there was some kind of love.
I'm sure there was,
yeah.
yeah.
But I didn't then. And I'm sure he probably listening and looking down at me and said, I know, baby girl. I know.
You call me baby girl, not you.
Oh my God, let her have a moment, Harria.
It's like, he's probably
Harriet,
like
damn.
you were you loved the hardest, but you were the hardest to love.
Yeah, you said it perfectly,
you
Richard.
said it right,
said it
Richard.
just right. It's true. Cause there's times, Kathleen, you get on my nerves, but I love you. I listen. They call both of us Batty and Bench. Batty and Bench.
What?
Oh, it's a saying. I'll explain it to you later.
Don't explain. Don't wait. Don't. It's
But
okay.
yeah, they say we're tied to the hip because
Yeah. But you're
we're
so
the closest
different.
than
We're not
you
really
know.
that different, you know, Kathy. Don't
No,
let Harriet
Harria
fool
is
you.
different.
Oh,
from
I
you,
am
Kathleen.
different, Kathleen. I'm not crazy like you.
I am not crazy. Why people believe that when you speak out or you act
You're
out,
cra-
it's
I know,
crazy.
right?
It is not
It is
crazy.
not. You're just outspoken.
Yes.
Kathleen's so outspoken. And that's
I'm not
okay.
going to sit back and, well, some of it. I should have let it all
Let's bring
out.
this all
Maybe
out.
if I had reached out to my dad, I'd have more of that conversation
Right.
like Harria did,
Right.
but I didn't. But I do. You're going to know what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and stuff because like they said, I don't know how to hold it in. Don't tell me a secret because I won't keep it.
She's like
But
a
that's not
bucket.
true. That's
She's
not
like a
true.
basket.
If I need to say it, I will say it. That's just
okay.
me.
I appreciate that.
You understand?
honestly,
And if you
'cause-
come to me and you talk to me, don't believe because you're, Katie, you know this. If you're my friend, I'm not going to tell you the truth.
Yep.
I am going to tell you
She
the
will
truth.
give you the truth. Raw,
You understand what I'm
unfiltered.
saying? Mm-hmm. But then there's
And I
me. To me,
appreciate
say I
Kathleen
said
for
it,
that,
then
though.
I'm done. I'm done with it. If you and I we're
There's
in an
no
argument, then
animosity.
no.
No, she.
I'm done with
yes.
it. I'm not carrying it over.
Yeah.
Well, I did carry this one for a long time. I didn't have. You know what it is?
What?
It was so much that I grew up with. So much that I was holding in. There was no place inside here to hold anything else for anybody else.
Right.
Maybe that's why I don't hold stuff
Some say it's a
against people.
space. There wasn't
Yeah.
the space.
Lord, don't give me the space to create more.
You want to love more.
I want to love, and I can love more. It's just that you guys are expecting me to go give you that love that
You
I
just
can't.
don't
I
have
don't
it.
love that way.
No, I'm not asking you to love or give that love that you, because it's you. Nobody can change who you are. So what I'm trying to say is like you can do it a little and put a little more cushion, like a little bit of cushion.
But
you
that's
tell the
her
truth.
way.
But that's what I'm saying. This is how I feel.
But you can't tell people how to love, though.
But if she's gonna tell me you're fat,
But you are fat.
you know, to look at me and
how
say,
would you
"Oh,
like
you're
her
fat."
to say it?
But I'm not fat though. Say, Harria, you could lose a little
But that's
bit. whatever.
Kathleen's way of saying it.
But that hurts when you tell me that it's fat.
If
So
I
you're
am
trying to be
saying to
nice,
you,
but at the same
let's
time,
go
you don't have the
walking.
tone. That tone,
Because
remember
you
the one
can
that she
look. If
stepped
I
out
said
for
to you, let's
Richard?
go walking
Yeah.
because you could use some walking.
No, you didn't say
And
that.
I keep saying it
No,
to
you
you
didn't.
that way. And then you're going to look at me and say, why should I go walking? Why, I
Because
don't
you're
have
fat.
anything. You are fat.
I am not fat. You know what the
It's just
word fat mean? We're not going in there because
Okay,
we're
hold on.
boiling down.
Harria.
But you know what fat is, Kathleen?
This has
No, I'm
always
just-
been Kathleen's way of communicating. She does it in a way where it's just cut and dry. You should know this by now.
I'll never get used to that. I'll never get, and she knows that. We kick off all the time.
But I understand it. I get
Remember,
it.
you said God, you asked God to open that little space for a little bit more love to go in there. Put a little softener in there. Use the softener. Use Downy.
I'm done. Okay, we're ending. Oh my goodness, you guys have been amazing.
And listen, guys, this is the same group that came to visit my brother and me when he was going through when he had leukemia.
That was a drive.
We've been together for a long time.
And they almost put us out of the
30.
hotel.
Almost.
Oh yeah, we almost got put out of the hotel because we were so loud.
Because
I forgot
of Richard.
It was Richard.
Yeah, let's blame Richard.
They're gonna blame me.
Yeah.
I'll shoulder it. It's okay. It's okay. But listen, if you get anything from this episode, get this: make space for love, make space for forgiveness, make space for life.
And for friends.
You know what I mean?
Good friends.
Because good friends, they hard to come by.
They don't
Oh,
cheap.
yeah.
They ain't
Okay, so when you have them in your life, enjoy them.
Yeah.
and
Cherish
listen.
them.
Cherish them. Yeah.
And don't
This
forget
is-
every day to say, I love you.
Amen.
Kathleen is like, I beg to differ. I love each and every one of you here.
I'm grateful
And
for you,
thank you
Kathy.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you guys so much for being on our podcast. And we love you. And that's it. We're ending.
No, that ain't
Say
it.
bye. Say
That
bye.
ain't it. No, the
Why not?
podcast is working. You see what I'm saying? It's working.
What do you
Y'all need
mean?
to come on and,
Oh, that.
Share.
Yes.
share
Yes.
your stories with us
Yeah.
because look at here, the truth will set you free.
Oh, Lord, I feel so free already.
Kathleen, you're funny.
That's a cut.
Say bye, Kathleen.
Bye.
Say bye, Harria.
Bye,
Say bye,
everyone.
Richard.
Bye, Richard.
Bye, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching and for listening. Bye.